Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in, and a big shout out to Iceni for sending us this stuff about StemEnhance Ultra.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, we're going to be diving deep into the science behind it, and
Mm.
all the claims about boosting stem cell release and function and all that.
Yeah, sounds fascinating.
So whether you're like, already super into stem cells or just kind of curious about natural wellness and stuff, stick with us.
Definitely.
And hey, if you're enjoying this deep dive, please hit subscribe, like the video, share with your friends, all that good stuff.
Helps us out a lot.
Yeah, it really does helps the channel grow and lets us make more of these.
Exactly.
So stem cells, right? Like they're kind of a big deal.
Oh, they are a big deal.
Yeah.
Big deal.
So they're like your body's own little repair crew, right? Constantly at work, regenerating and repairing tissues.
Yeah, like a microscopic construction team, basically just rebuilding things on a cellular level.
That's wild. I never thought about it like that before.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
So like we naturally produce fewer stem cells as we age. Right.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like having fewer workers on that construction crew as time goes on.
Oh, I see.
By the time you hit 65, your natural stem cell release rate can drop by like 90%.
Wow, 90%.
Yeah, it's a huge decline, and it can really affect how well your body repairs itself.
Wow, that's a big drop off.
It is.
So where does StemEnhance Ultra come in with all this?
Well, it claims to help boost those stem cell numbers, the ones that are declining.
Okay, interesting.
And it does that by using a blend of 3 main ingredients.
Oh, wow. Okay, a magic 3.
Yeah, trifecta.
All right, and lay it on me. What are these ingredients?
So first we've got StemEnhance, and that's derived from AFA algae.
Algae, okay.
Yeah, and this algae is found in a volcanic lake.
A volcanic lake.
Pretty unique source, huh?
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Then there's mesenchyme, and that's a patented extract from spirulina.
Spirulina, I've heard of that.
Yeah, and finally we've got fucoidan extracted from wakame seaweed.
Seaweed.
Which is actually a common ingredient in Japanese cuisine.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. So volcanic lake, algae, spirulina, and seaweed? That sounds like a pretty interesting combo.
It does, doesn't it?
It's like a health food smoothie from another planet.
Exactly.
So do these ingredients all work together to help with stem cells or?
Well, they each have their own unique benefits, you could say.
Okay, cool.
So StemEnhance, first of all, it's packed with nutrients, vitamins, antioxidants, all that good stuff.
Okay, the algae.
Right. And it's been clinically tested, and research suggests that it can actually support the mobilization of stem cells.
Really?
Yeah. And it even contains PEA, phenylethylamine,
PEA.
which is a molecule that's associated with feelings of well-being.
Oh, so it's like a mood booster too.
Potentially.
Yeah.
Interesting. But yeah, let's stick to the stem cell benefits for now.
Yeah, for sure.
So then we have mesenchyme, and that's fascinating because studies have shown that it can also help mobilize stem cells,
Okay.
but it can also boost levels of GCSF.
What's that?
GCSF is a growth factor that's super important for stem cell release.
So it's like sending a signal to release more stem cells.
It's like telling your bone marrow, hey, we need some backup over here.
I see. So mesenchyme is like the signal booster.
You got it.
Okay. What about fucoidan, the seaweed extract? What's its role?
Fucoidan is really known for its cell-protecting properties.
Oh, okay.
It's got a lot of polyphenols and fucoxanthin, which are both really good at fighting oxidative stress.
What is that?
Oxidative stress is basically damage to your cells that can lead to aging.
Oh, so fucoidan is like the bodyguard protecting the stem cells.
Precisely. It's like a shield against all the wear and tear of everyday life.
Okay, so we've got the nutrient powerhouse, the signal booster, and the bodyguard.
That's a good way to put it.
That's a pretty solid team.
It is.
But do they actually work together, like StemEnhance Ultra claims?
That's the big question.
Yeah, is there any real science to back this up?
Well, that's where things get really interesting.
Okay, let's get into it.
All right.
Hit me with the evidence.
So Serral, the company behind StemEnhance Ultra, they're very much into the science.
Yeah.
They've got their own R&D team, and they always point to several independent clinical trials that have been done on their products.
So they've got the research to back it up.
That's what they claim.
Okay, so what did these trials show? Did they find any real benefits from using StemEnhance Ultra?
All right, so this is where it gets exciting. One study showed that taking StemEnhance Ultra actually increased the number of stem cells circulating in the blood.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, but not just stem cells. It also increased endothelial progenitor cells, or EPCs.
EPCs, what are those?
EPCs are basically essential for building and repairing blood vessels.
So like a specialized team within the construction crew.
Yeah, exactly. They're focused on your circulatory system.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So StemEnhance Ultra could potentially help with better blood flow throughout the body and better tissue regeneration.
Oh, wow, that's impressive.
And then remember mesenchyme boosting that GCSF signal?
Yeah.
Well, there's proof that that happens too.
Oh, really?
Studies have shown that mesenchyme can increase GCSF levels.
So that supports the whole idea that it helps mobilize stem cells.
Exactly, like a two-pronged approach. You've got StemEnhance mobilizing stem cells and mesenchyme amplifying the signal to release even more.
Wow, that's amazing.
It's pretty cool.
But even with all this research, it's important to remember that these claims haven't been officially evaluated by the FDA, right?
That's right. And it's important to note that StemEnhance Ultra isn't meant to treat or cure any diseases.
Okay, yeah, good point.
It's always best to do your own research and talk to your doctor before trying anything new,
For sure.
especially if you have any existing health conditions or if you're taking any medications.
Right. Solid advice.
So now I'm kind of curious about how they actually make this stuff.
Yeah, me too. Like, where do they get these ingredients? And what about quality control?
Well, Seminole, they actually manufacture the 3 key ingredients in-house.
Oh, wow.
StemEnhance, mesenchyme, and Cyactive.
So they're not just getting it from random suppliers.
Nope, they handle it all themselves.
That's interesting.
They even use this patented drying technology called HydroDry that helps preserve the algae's nutrients during extraction.
Oh, wow. So it's not like they're just air drying it or something.
No, it's much more high-tech than that.
So they're serious about quality.
They are big time, and they really prioritize purity and safety.
That's good to hear.
All of their ingredients go through rigorous testing, both in-house and by third-party labs.
That's okay. That's reassuring.
And of course, safety is always a top concern, especially for people with pre-existing conditions or those taking medication.
Yeah, sure.
So with StemEnhance Ultra, it's generally considered safe. But there's one thing to keep in mind. It does contain naturally occurring vitamin K.
Okay.
And vitamin K can interact with blood thinners like Coumadin.
Ooh.
So if you're on any medication, it's super important to talk to your doctor before taking StemEnhance Ultra.
Yeah, that's crucial.
What about pregnancy or breastfeeding? Any concerns there?
Well, there are no known contraindications with pregnancy or breastfeeding,
Yeah.
but it's always best to err on the side of caution, right?
Right. It's always best to consult with a physician.
Got it. Better safe than sorry.
Exactly. Are there any other things that people should be aware of? Like, is it okay for vegetarians or people with allergies?
StemEnhance Ultra is actually suitable for vegetarians, and it's free of common allergens like gluten and dairy.
That's great news for a lot of people.
Yeah.
It sounds like Serral is pretty confident in their product. They even offer a 30-day money-back guarantee.
Yeah, that does suggest a certain level of confidence.
Right.
But of course, individual results may vary.
You always do.
Okay, so we've covered a lot here, from the science of stem cells to the specifics of StemEnhance Ultra.
We have. It's been a deep dive.
It has, but what does all this mean for our listeners? Like, what's the takeaway here? So we've covered a lot here, from the science of stem cells to the specifics of StemEnhance Ultra.
We have. It's been a deep dive.
It has, but what does all this mean for our listeners? Like, what's the takeaway here?
Well, I think the main thing is that we've given you the information. But the decision of whether or not to explore this further is totally up to you.
Right. There's no right or wrong answer here.
Exactly. Some people might be excited by the potential benefits.
Yeah, like helping your body repair itself naturally.
Exactly. And others might be more hesitant.
Which is totally fine.
Yeah, what matters is that you make an informed decision.
Exactly.
We always encourage people to do their own research, talk to their doctor, weigh the potential benefits and risks.
Absolutely. Knowledge is power.
It really is.
And it's important to be an active participant in your own health.
Couldn't agree more.
Speaking of journeys, this deep dive into StemEnhance Ultra has been quite the adventure.
It has been. We've gone from the microscopic world of stem cells to a volcanic lake and even explored the potential of seaweed.
It's been fascinating.
It really has, and that's what we love about these deep dives.
Yeah.
Making these incredible journeys of discovery, exploring the cutting edge of science and wellness.
And none of this would be possible without you, our amazing viewers.
Absolutely. Your curiosity and engagement fuel these deep dives.
It's a team effort.
It is, and we're so grateful for your support.
And speaking of support, if you're enjoying these deep dives, please hit that subscribe button, like the video, and share it with your friends.
Helps us out a lot.
It really does. It helps the channel grow and allows us to bring you more fascinating explorations like this one.
Exactly. We believe that knowledge should be accessible and engaging.
Yes.
And with your help, we can reach a wider audience and spark more curiosity about the world around us.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into StemEnhance Ultra, we want to leave you with a final thought.
Okay.
Imagine a future where we can harness the power of our own stem cells
Interesting.
to enhance our health, vitality, and longevity.
Wow.
It's a future full of possibilities, and it's a conversation worth continuing.
It is.
Whether or not StemEnhance Ultra becomes a part of your personal health journey,
Right.
We hope this deep dive has left you feeling informed, intrigued, and maybe even a little bit inspired.
That's our goal.
Thanks for joining us on this adventure, and we'll see you in our next deep dive.
See you then.
So we've really dug deep into this whole StemEnhance UlTRA thing.
Yeah, we have.
The science behind it, the ingredients,
Mhm.
all the research and, potential benefits, safety considerations.
We covered it all.
But ultimately, it all comes down to you.
Right. That's right. At the end of the day, it's your decision.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We've given you the info,
Uh-huh.
but whether or not you want to explore this further is entirely up to you.
No pressure.
None at all. Some people might be super excited by the potential, like supporting your body's natural repair processes and all that.
Yeah.
Others might be more hesitant.
And that's totally okay.
Yeah, there's no right or wrong answer here.
What matters is that you feel informed and empowered to make the best decision for you.
Couldn't agree more. We always encourage everyone to do their own research, talk to their healthcare provider, weigh the potential benefits and risks.
Absolutely.
Knowledge is power, right?
It really is.
And being an active participant in your own health journey is so important.
That's the key.
Speaking of journeys, this deep dive into StemEnhance UlTRA has been quite the adventure.
It has been, hasn't it?
We've gone from the microscopic world of stem cells all the way to a volcanic lake.
And don't forget the seaweed.
Oh yeah, the seaweed, can't forget that. It's been a fascinating ride.
It really has. And that's what we love about these deep dives, exploring the cutting edge of science and wellness.
And none of this would be possible without you, our incredible viewers.
That's right. Your curiosity, your engagement, it fuels these deep dives.
It's a collaborative effort.
It truly is. And we're so grateful for your continued support.
And speaking of support, if you're enjoying these deep dives, please hit that subscribe button, like the video, share with your friends.
It really helps us out.
It does. It helps the channel grow and lets us make more of these fascinating explorations.
We believe that knowledge should be accessible and engaging.
For everyone.
Exactly. And with your help, we can reach a wider audience, spark more curiosity about the world around us.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into StemEnhance UlTRA, we want to leave you with a final thought.
All right, I'm listening.
Imagine a future where we can actually harness the power of our own stem cells
Wow.
to enhance our health, vitality, longevity.
That would be incredible.
It'll be a future full of possibilities, and it's a conversation worth continuing.
Definitely.
Whether or not StemEnhance UlTRA becomes part of your own personal health journey.
Right.
We hope this deep dive has left you feeling informed, intrigued, maybe even a little bit inspired.
That's what we aim for.
Thanks for joining us on this adventure, and we'll see you in our next deep dive.
See you then.